Hi everyone, it's John Mitchell. In this video we're going to carry on with our motivation theories, and this one we're going to look at Herzberg's two-factor theory. So his theory is really an adaptation of Maslow's theory, but what he says is in his research he found that there were two sets of factors that led to motivated employees. First of all, there are hygiene factors. You may also see these as maintenance factors, depending on which you read. Those hygiene and maintenance are terms that are used interchangeably. They're extrinsic factors such as pay, job security, basic conditions, positive working relationships. So they're the kind of factors that need to be present. And what Herzberg found was that if hygiene factors are present, it enables employees to be reasonably satisfied in their job. So it enables them to have a reasonable amount of satisfaction in their job, or you can say, gets them to a neutral state. However, it does not provide large amounts of motivation. So those extrinsic factors, the hygiene factors, pay, job security, basic working conditions, positive working relationships, those factors, although they do help the employee have some, a small amount of satisfaction, they don't allow the employee to be highly motivated. So if those factors, so the hygiene factors, are not present, then it will cause extreme dissatisfaction. So just imagine, if you're in a job, you don't have any job security, you're not getting paid, you're going to have extreme dissatisfaction. However, according to Herzberg, if you have these factors, such as pay, job security, working relationships, etc., you won't necessarily be motivated, but you'll be at a neutral state, or just have a small amount of satisfaction, but you're not highly motivated. So what do we have to do in order to motivate employees? Well, Herzberg also found that there are another set of factors called motivating factors, and these are more intrinsic factors such as challenging work, recognition, career advancement, high levels of achievement, those type of things. And what he found was that they were the factors that provided high levels of motivation. So out of the two factors, we've got hygiene and motivating factors. Hygiene factors need to be present to ensure that the employee isn't dissatisfied, because if they're not there, it will cause extreme dissatisfaction. However, if we need to motivate our employees, then we need to provide some of these motivating factors. And so that's really Herzberg's theory in a nutshell. So the implications for human resources, well, often an organisation may provide employees with good pay, good conditions and positive relationships, but according to Herzberg, that will only get them to a neutral state or stop them from being dissatisfied. It's not going to provide them with motivation. So what an organisation has to do, or the human resource manager has to do, is provide those hygiene factors, but they also need to provide some of the motivating factors in order to have the employees achieve a high level of motivation. Now, all those factors, they should sound familiar. If you think back to the previous video where we looked at Maslow, the factors are actually quite similar. So going back quickly through Maslow's theory, it was a hierarchy of 5 needs, where we start at the bottom with physiological and the employee works themselves all the way up to the top, which is self-actualization. Well, if we look at the hygiene factors for Herzberg's theory, positive working relationships, well, that fits into the social needs. Job security, that fits into safety and some basic pay and basic conditions, that's your physiological needs. And then if we move up to the top level of needs for Maslow, of self-actualization and self-esteem, well, they're really the motivation factors that Herzberg identified. So as I said before, Herzberg's theory is an adaptation of, or was built on top of Maslow's theory. So they do work closely together. However, if you look at these factors, so for example, let's take pay. Herzberg says that pay isn't a motivating factor. He says that yes, it needs to be present in order for the employee not to be dissatisfied, but it doesn't provide large amounts of motivation for an employee. However, Maslow says that pay actually at some stage is a motivating factor for employees, and so that's one of the key differences. The similarity there is that the factors are virtually the same, but how the actual theory works is a little bit different between the two theories. So just to recap on Herzberg's theory, there are hygiene factors or maintenance factors and motivator factors. The hygiene factors are the sort of extrinsic things that are given to the employee, such as salary, benefits, job security, work-life balance, those type of things. Now, they have a general amount of satisfaction, but if they are not present, there will be extreme dissatisfaction. However, they don't provide motivation to the employee. In order to provide motivation, the hygiene factors need to be present. However, the motivators such as recognition, sense of achievement, promotion, growth, opportunity for advancement, those type of things, they're the factors that provide high amounts of motivation. So for questions, activities and more on this video, then come on over to teachingbubble.com.